Aloha!
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
That's great.
Leave my plate. Thank you. Aloha.
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
That's great.
Leave my plate. Thank you.
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Oh, Hawaii's got some amazing food, but there's just something about udon from a place like this. Tastes like home, you know what I mean?
Well, I get it, I guess. What about the sushi, though? That's gotta feel pretty Japanese.
That's a California roll. It's fine, but it definitely doesn't taste like home to me.
No, true. It's kind of like eating at the transfer kid's house.
How is it like that? What does that even mean?
Tommy, think about it. Imagine trying to find something familiar to eat in a foreign country.
No, I get it. I guess it would be kind of comforting to eat something that you know overseas.
Hey, I know! When you visit Japan, Tommy, I'll find us a place that makes awesome kitsune udon.
Thanks?
Wait, look, isn't the point to get him something Hawaiian?
That's great.
Leave my plate.
Thank you very much.
Huh, clouds are gone. Now then.
Welcome.
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
California rolls are pretty tasty, but the first time I saw one, I didn't even realize it was supposed to be sushi.
I remember people freaking out when they first started popping up at revolving sushi bars, but now it's kind of a universal favorite.
Isn't it awesome when places update their menu with what's trendy?
Yeah, it definitely grabs your attention. I grew up on nigiri and traditional sushi rolls, so no way I'd ever think of something like a Cali roll. Sushi's probably gonna keep on evolving forever, huh?
Yeah. Makes you wonder.
Actually, the other day I glanced at an article that mentioned something called sushi bread. It was like regular sushi, but rolled in bread.
Can it even be called sushi at that point?
Looks like anything flies in the sushi game these days. Maybe I should give it a shot and strike it rich.
Any, bright ideas, Kasuga?
Well, I'm a sucker for anything grilled, so something along those lines.
Nice. I'm a fan of grilled fish too, especially flounder.
So refined.
If bread's fair game, I'd want to serve up something a little more appetizing, like, roasted tomato and cheese sushi bread. Oh, what do you think?
Come on, man, isn't that just pizza? That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Cold sake and sashimi over rice? This is exceptional. Who knew I could savor a treat like this so far from home?
You can't beat fish and sake, right? My personal favorite's yellowtail and radish with hot sake. For when I want to indulge a little.
I get you. That's a good one. Sake really brings out the flavor in fish, huh?
Yellowtail's good stewed too. Personally, I prefer that over eating it raw.
Yellowtail is a fatty species of fish, so it tends to be too rich for sashimi. That's why inada is recommended for raw consumption.
Inada? That any different from yellowtail?
On the contrary, certain species like yellowtail are referred to by different names throughout their life cycle. In the Kanto region, they are called wakashi when small, then inada and warasa. After this stage, they can finally be referred to as buri or regular yellowtail. Furthermore, the names tend to be regional.
Oh, you're like a walking encyclopedia.
You know, I bet you'd absolutely dominate as a contestant on one of those quiz shows.
Never would have guessed something like yellowtail ranks up as it gets older. Pretty cool for a fish. I've had this dragonfish on my back all this time. Maybe there'll be a time when my name will change too.
How do you mean?
Well, I've been Ichiban Kasuga since I was born, so I've got to be at least Ichi Brawler or Ichi Badass by now.
I can't tell if that's terrible or terrific.
All right, Mr. Badass, I'll take the bait. If we're doing Sujimon names, that makes me Koichi Adachi. Huh?
Adachi-san, you've gotta be drunk, right?
I don't think you can just one-up me. From now on, I'm Ichi Best Kasuga. Can't top that.
Oh yeah? You better not underestimate the legendary beast, Koi Kamera Adachi!
Gross.
Thus began the world's most pointless competition.
I can't stand seeing drunkards argue. More sake, please.
Ichi best my ass. No matter how high you climb, you will never reach Koi Kaiser Adachi.
What the crap is a Kaiser? What language are you even speaking? Damn it, fine. All right. Then I'll...
The power of names is infinite. There's no end in sight.
I've had about enough. No matter how much you two squirm, you'll never catch up to Chi Master Tosei, patron of 1,000 arts.
Wait, you're tipsy too, Chitose?
I've been defeated.
A spectacular battle for such a feudal rivalry.
That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much.
Aloha.
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Wasabi ahi poke. Ginger ahi poke. What is ahi poke?
I believe ahi refers to tuna. As for poke, I'm not quite sure, actually.
Wouldn't you know, Tomizawa?
Of course. But let me turn that question back on you. What do you guys think it means? What gives?
Let me guess. When someone asks your age, you're the type who answers, "How old do you think I am?" Nobody likes a pain in the ass, man.
Didn't you learn in school not to answer a question with another question?
Hell no, I wasn't taught that. And what bugs crawled up your asses?
Just give us an answer already, or I'll poke the living daylights out of you.
What does that even mean? Okay, good grief. Poke means the fish is diced up. So the tuna is just cut into small pieces.
Oh, so that's what it is. Learn something new every day, huh?
Yes. Thank goodness Tomizawa-san is around for us to ask. We'll be relying on your knowledge.
Acting like jerks one moment and gentlemen the next. I guess they were really hungry for the answer.
Simple men with simple pleasures. Cleaned my plate.
Thank you. Aloha.
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
This seaweed salad's got some crisp to it. Great texture.
That's all thanks to the Ogo.
Ogo? Is that what this is called? Dang, the more you chew it, the tastier it becomes. If they sell it by itself, I'd love to take some back home.
Or knock yourself out. But no matter what, don't try to harvest any from the ocean. See, Ogo is actually poisonous. When you buy it from the store, it's safe. But if you eat that stuff unprocessed, you will get major food poisoning.
Seriously? I wasn't planning on doing that, but good to know. Just like pufferfish, huh?
Hey, for mushrooms and wildflowers, Namba would actually take a little nibble to test if they were edible.
That is a prime example of what not to frickin' do. I mean, what happens when it's inedible?
He said he nearly became one with the universe once.
He is more hardcore than I realized.
Well, that guy's like a professional food taster. Don't even think about trying that at home.
You don't need to tell me twice.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you. Huh, while you're gone.
I never even knew.
Aloha.
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
This thing is bursting with green for a hamburger.
Well, yeah, it's an avocado burger. It's healthy, it's tasty, and the sauce hits the spot.
True, the avocado does have some kick. And even a bit of heft. What's wrong, Adachi-san? Not liking it?
No, the burger's great. It's just that I've always thought guacamole was pronounced guacamole, and only just realized it now. I'm pretty sure I've been saying guacamole my whole life. Damn it all.
Hey, don't let that get you down. At least you noticed eventually, right? Oh, this is actually the perfect chance to do an avocado quiz. Here we have the avocado. A vegetable or a fruit?
You're asking as if I knew shit. Just ask Kasuga.
Now, knock it off with the attitude, Adachi-san. But now that I think about it, which is it? It's gotta be a fruit.
Correct. Nice job. Well, in some countries it might be considered a vegetable, but at least in Japan, it's a fruit. Same as how tomatoes are considered either a vegetable or fruit depending on the country.
Thought avocados were a vegetable. Everything I ever knew was a damn lie.
Oh no, I've made it worse.
Hey, cheer up. We never truly stop learning in life. Heck, I've learned a ton of new things since I got here. Just think of it as earning more EXP.
Kasuga, you got some wisdom in you. You're right. I should keep my chin up.
Now that's the spirit, Adachi-san.
Such passion, all because of some avocado.
So, let's get smart and chow down on some health food. I'm going all in on this burger with extra guacamole.
Ah, so close.
I knew it! I'm a wreck.
Adachi-san.
Cleaned my plate.
Thanks very much. Oh, aloha. Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Cleaned my plate.
Thanks very much.
I'm getting tired waiting. Slow down now. Now then.
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Oh, nothing like snow cones to beat the heat.
They're called shave ice here, but I guess they're basically the same thing.
First time I've had mango-flavored shave ice. Man, this is good. I finished it in like one bite.
You shouldn't have done that.
Ow, 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 my head!
Shouldn't you know better? You can't just scarf those down.
Oh.
What's wrong with you, Tomi? Don't tell me you got brain freeze too.
Nah, it's just my molars are hypersensitive. Ooh. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
So the party's weak to ice magic. Noted. Cleaned my plate.
Drinks later.
Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
This parfait knows what it's doing. Each layer brings on a new flavor, so even though it's huge, I never get bored of eating.
It is indeed flavorful, but it does leave the mouth rather thirsty. We should pick something to help wash it down.
Hey, that sounds perfect. Kasuga, you mind ordering something for the group?
You got it. Something to go with parfaits.
Mango? Really?
Fruit paired with fruit. A parfait that's par for the course, wouldn't you say?
Kasuga, what have you done?
Sorry, it's just the parfait was so good. I only had fruit on the brain.
It's fine. It was meant to be. You could even say it's parfait.
Look, now you got Jungi making fruit puns. Kasuga, what the hell? You broke him!
Well, how was that my fault?
Cleaned my plate.
ありがとうございました。アロハ。
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for? Cleaned my plate.
ありがとうございました。
I feel like a teenager. I know.
Oh, that reminds me. I need a nicer glass diffuser for this. Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for? Oh man, the fruits here are so sweet and delectable. They're definitely a cut above others I've tried.
According to my research, this fruit is sourced exclusively from a farmer that plays classical music for the plants in his orchard.
He serenades his crops?
Oh, I saw something like that on TV once. They were saying beautiful music does something to enhance the flavor.
Wow, so the key to deliciousness is music? Now that's bougie. That's just like the concept of showering a flower with loving words while watering it, to help it grow more fully.
But if you're the kind of person who tells each plant, you're gonna turn out so beautiful, you know, you probably don't have much discretion in the first place.
Well, that negates the whole premise, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if someone with a nurturing personality cultivates a flower, wouldn't it bloom better regardless?
Guess it would.
So the reason these fruits are delicious is because some farmer out there loved his plants enough to try playing them music?
Well, that might be oversimplifying things. Studies actually suggest the vibrations from classical music have the potential to stimulate photosynthesis in plants.
Stimulate photosynthesis.
In other words, sound waves can directly enhance a fruit's development.
Man, the depth science has reached nowadays.
Oh, that does it. For the next cucumber harvest, let's put on some hard rock.
Oh, heck yeah! Those powerful vibes might produce some super juicy cukes.
Ugh, I'm sure glad I'm not one of your plants. Cleaned my plate. Thank you.
What is it?
Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for?
French toast, Kona coffee, and finally, Eggs Benedict. This is unreal, guys. I've only seen fancy breakfasts like this in movies.
You've got to be kidding me. You've never had this, Ichiban?
Not even close. My go-to breakfast is raw egg over rice and miso soup with seaweed.
Oh, why does that sound so good right now?
It's actually my favorite. After all, eggs and rice were made for each other. I wonder if Hawaiian folks feel the same about French toast.
Maybe. What's your typical breakfast, Adachi-san? Bean buns and milk, right?
Don't say that's a stakeout meal. I do know my way around a kitchen. What I like is Ogura toast. You pop some bread in the toaster, top it with red bean and butter, and there's a breakfast. Oh, and I can't forget my newest obsession, frothed milk.
How is that not the same as bean buns and milk?
Hey, were you even listening? First, red bean, then toast, and then... Ah, crap, you're right.
You basically described a fancy pants version of the classic stakeout meal.
I did not foresee the habits from my detective days playing out like this.
That's great.
Cleaned my plate. Thank you. Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for?
That's great.
Cleaned my plate. Thank you.
I might be in.
Aloha! Oh, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for? Whoa! It's like the sea urchin and caviar mingling in my mouth. The richness pairs really well with this crisp white wine.
Couldn't agree more. I'm especially loving the sea urchin. When it melts, the flavor takes over your tongue.
No, I hated this stuff as a kid. Hard to believe now, what with how much I love it.
Well, they say taste buds mature as you age. I used to think raw veggies were too bitter as a kid. And now I eat them because they're bitter.
It's literally an adult taste, huh?
That makes me wonder if I might like things I wrote off back in the day.
Right? So, Chitose, now that you conquered sea urchin, can you eat pretty much anything?
Good question. Well, no way in hell I'm eating bugs, even if they're like stir-fried. Not gonna touch those creepy crawlies.
Don't see any bugs on this menu.
Are you crazy? This is a French restaurant, dude.
Oh, you know what? I happened to catch a big, juicy beetle on the way over. Here.
Wait, no. Do not bring that out under any circumstances.
Even if he did, how would you even eat the dang thing?
That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much.
Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for? I wonder what they're bringing for dessert. I can hardly wait.
Totally feel you. These full-course meals make it exciting not knowing what you're gonna get.
Oh, it's kind of like a mystery train ride.
Mystery train. What's that?
There was a time when travel agencies would offer tours, but the destination was kept secret on purpose.
Oh, they were pretty trendy back in the day.
Does sound familiar.
You know, I actually went on one of those, come to think of it.
Oh, you did? Was it fun?
Well, seemed like everyone and their grandma had a blast, but not me.
Did something go wrong, Adachi-san? Motion sickness got you?
Nah, it's just no fun when the destination ends up being your parents' neighborhood.
Ooh.
So, I visited my mom, she cooked me a meal, then I went home. Felt like your average visit.
Man, that's like eating ice cream for breakfast, then finding out dessert is the same ice cream.
Your analogies are terrible.
That is great.
No.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much.
Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
Time
What
to
are
eat.
we waiting for?
Man, nothing complements a fat, juicy steak like some good old red wine. Almost as good as beer and barbecue.
Yeah, something about meat and alcohol just works. Whether you're at a yakiniku spot or tossing one back at home.
Supposedly, the strong flavor of steak elevates the robustness of red wine. They complement each other and in turn give the meal more depth. As a bonus, certain properties of wine help neutralize the steak's fattiness, making the dish even more palatable from there.
Oh, makes sense. Guess it's the same story for beer and barbecue then.
Right. It's the grease on the meat that makes a dry, slightly carbonated drink like beer all the more refreshing. In fact, the other day, I saw a program that mentioned beer was voted as the best drink to pair with barbecue.
Seems like there's a scientific basis for everything that's delicious.
Steak and red wine, beer and barbecue. A bit like myself and Chitose.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
What perfect chemistry! Come on, does it really need explanation?
Oh God, no. You and me are nothing like steak and wine. More like oil and water.
Huh?
That is great.
No.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much.
I have a very high tolerance.
Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
Time to
What are we
eat.
waiting for?
Can't go to Hawaii without a sip of blue Hawaii, am I right? So good.
Delish, right? And this one in particular happens to be extra special. A scene from a classic movie was shot here, and the main characters each had a blue Hawaii in hand, just like the ones we're drinking. As you can imagine, there are a ton of movie buffs who come on a sort of pilgrimage to try these.
Wow, really? Oh, so this experience might be even better if I'd seen the movie? Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it and come back.
Oh, you totally should. It has a really entertaining plot. Oh, but the one where they drink blue Hawaiis was actually the finale of a trilogy.
Is that so? Then I'll just have to commit to 1 and 2 as well.
Wait, and then there's a spin-off TV series with a super important episode that you just can't miss. Plus, the antagonist has his own movie, so you should 100% see that if you really want to get into the lore. Oh, and that's technically a prequel. So then...
Guess this'll be my last blue Hawaii for a while then.
That is great.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much.
Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Never would have guessed the edamame beer combo was a global hit.
Tell me about it. Menu feels like it was lifted right out of a pub back home. And that being said, our edamames usually just salted, but these are doused in garlic and sesame oil.
Oh, gotta love the local flavor, right? That said, I can't stop eating. There's some kind of beer and edamame magic going on. Oh, my hands are moving on their own.
Yeah, nice excuse there.
Oh, and don't pretend you haven't been stuffing yourself too, Tommy.
Well, I mean, you said it yourself. They're irresistible.
See? Now don't you go pointing fingers at us now.
Wow, you guys are really losing your minds over edamame? Hold on, where's mine?
Huh, look at that, they're all gone. Guess we all kind of lost control there. It's hard to eat just one, you know what I mean?
You absolute swine! How dare you not save me any? Don't we all get a share? Is that too much to ask?
All right, let me fix this. Just hang on a sec. For the lady of the house.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
Ooh, who knew Chi-chan would grow horns and fangs over edamame?
Yeah, but now we've learned exactly how to bribe them.
I'm sitting right here, morons, and I won't be swayed by some appetizer. But it's a good start.
Just can't resist, huh?
Power of finger foods, man.
That is great.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much.
Huh, clouds are gone.
Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
That is great.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much.
Aloha!
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Garlic shrimp. Now this right here is a classic. As authentic as it gets.
Hell yeah. Even Namba might take a bite or two.
Nanba-san doesn't like shrimp?
He used to, but these days he's not a fan. Now, The chili shrimp our buddy Zhao makes is a different story. He wouldn't pass that up.
Huh. Wonder what turned him off. I guess taste can be fickle, though. Like people who never eat the tail of their shrimp tempura.
Oh, hell no. I always devour the whole thing.
Wow, when I was a youth, I'd do the same thing. One time, though, I was scarfing some down, and a tail dug right into my gums. Now, whenever I see them, I get these like, awful flashbacks, so... no more tail for me.
Guess everyone's got their hang-ups.
But you can still enjoy this garlic shrimp, Adachi-san?
No, these tiny ones are no problem. It's the jumbo shrimp tails that seem to have scarred me for life.
Yeah, man. Those are no joke.
And since it was the first bite that did me in, I didn't even get to enjoy that meal. Though I did still finish it all.
What possessed you to do that?
Never underestimate the power of shrimp, folks.
Yes, sir.
That is great.
Cleaned my plate. Thank you. Aloha.
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
I see you ordered every last coconut on the menu.
Hey, man, we're in Hawaii. And nothing screams Hawaii like coconuts. That's just basics.
You really associate coconuts with Hawaii. I never have, but I can see where you might get that idea.
Right? On the flip side, if you were in Japan, I'm sure you'd have a whole list of iconic things you'd want to try.
For example?
Let's see. Sushi, for one. Tempura, and Mount Fuji?
Sushi I can understand. But what does Mount Fuji got to do with food?
My bad. I guess it's kind of hard to come up with examples as a native. Well, I'm sure there's a lot out there, though.
Well, there are definitely attractions that are more geared toward tourists. Things locals usually don't give a crap about.
I guess you're right. But wait, does that mean you don't like coconuts?
No, I eat them all the time. Even my soap is coconut-based.
Whew, was about to panic there.
Jeez, Ichiban. That is the happiest I've seen you all day.
Keep living your best coconut-filled life, Tomi.
Sure?
That is great.
Cleaned my plate. Thank you.
Aloha. Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
How the hell is cheese so good with alcohol?
Right? You can pair it with wine, a match as old as time. Or even sake.
Some hypotheses suggest that while we drink alcohol, our bodies naturally start to crave the essential amino acids found in cheese, which enhances our liver function. Cheese also helps to break down the alcohol and relieve fatigue, so that's another factor. Moreover, cheese is rich in calcium, which is believed to neutralize acidity in the blood.
Cheese and wine are one thing, Kasuga and learning's another.
Why do I even bother? That is great.
Cleaned my plate.
Have a good one. Aloha.
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Always hated pickles as a kid. But look at me now. Chilling in Hawaii, snacking on pickles and vodka. Life really passes you by.
Yeah, soon enough you'll be in an old folks home.
That's not my point here. It's just an emotional experience, okay?
Not sure how pickles make a guy emotional, but I think I get it. To a kid, posting up at the bar in a foreign country must be like something out of a movie.
Yeah, exactly. If I could send a message to Kid Kasuga like, yo, I'm drinking at a bar in Hawaii, I doubt he'd believe it. And yet here I am, doing just that, with a good buddy to boot. Guess life's full of surprises, too.
Good buddy. Yeah, life is full of surprises. Never would have guessed I'd wind up at some bar with a middle-aged ex-Yakuza for company.
Hey, lay off with that shit, man. What I'm trying to say is, anything can happen. Hell, we might end up going to space together one day.
It could happen. Not long ago, my life was in total darkness. All I could do was stumble around like an idiot. But after meeting you, I feel I can finally take a few steps forward. You're a cool-ass guy, Ichiban.
Yeah? Then I hope we stay buds for a long-ass time. Now, where's your glass?
Ha ha! Cheers!
That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
Have a good one. Aloha.
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
Have a good one.
I'm feeling great. All right.
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for? Ichiban Blend is an intriguing name. Reminds me of a certain someone.
I had the same thought. It's a funny name.
Well, you know, this is actually my...
I really like the flavor. At first it seemed a little harsh, but then this delicate and bright aroma flooded my senses. This is a first for me.
Yeah, you get a punch of bitterness, and then it leaves you with a sweet, gentle aftertaste. I've never had anything like it.
Definitely. Apparently this is an original blend, but it makes me wonder what the inspiration was. They've got a great vision.
For sure. Oh, we should ask the owner next time.
Oh, sorry, Ichiban. Were you about to say something?
Oh, no. It was nothing. Good coffee, though, right?
Are you sure? Okay, then.
After hearing all that, letting them know feels a bit awkward now. Guess I gotta become a guy who can live up to such praise.
Huh?
That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
Oh, I'm starving.
Time to eat.
What are we waiting for?
Blue Mountain has got to be the king of coffees. There's nothing like it.
Well, I get that Blue Mountain is tasty, but what exactly makes it so different?
There's plenty to point out, but the first is balance. Bitterness, sweetness, and acidity in complete harmony. The beans can only be harvested from a few exclusive locales, so you better believe it's rare and costly.
And there's a trick to brewing it. Temperature of the water, coarseness of the grind, all of this affects the flavor.
That reminds me, Jungi, you're basically a coffee connoisseur, right?
I suppose you could say that. Sunny is picky, so I amassed a wealth of knowledge while trying to suit her tastes. It's been quite the journey, adjusting my approach to cater to each and every brew.
Now that's a capable right-hand man.
Wait, so making coffee is part of the job description?
So, what kind of coffee is good enough for Sunny? Blue Mountain?
No, it actually turns out an original blend from the local supermarket is her current favorite, so she's set on that.
Well, that's Sunny for you.
You know what? Good for her. The cool thing about coffee is that every person can have their special favorite.
I may have taken the long way around, but I still feel like it was worth gaining all this knowledge.
Well, when it comes to learning how to brew a good cup, you'd certainly be my first choice as teacher.
It would be my pleasure.
That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
Oh, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for?
That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
I might be a natural.
Oh, aloha.
Oh, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for?
Man, nothing like having wine with your steak. What a combo.
Sure thing. Personally speaking, it's like a cure-all for anything.
What do you mean, cure-all?
You know, like when I'm feeling down or sick, it's like meat plus alcohol cures what ails you.
Are you a pirate or something? When I catch a cold, my go-to is ginger and honey tea. Tastes great and warms me up to boot.
Wow, all of you guys have a self-care routine? Well, I feel like the odd one out. What about honey ginger steak washed down with a jug of wine, huh? The best of both worlds in one shot.
Sounds like it'll induce vomiting.
Medicine is not something you tamper with, Ichiban.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
That's great.
Cleaned my plate.
Thanks very much. Oh, aloha.
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
You really went and did it, huh?
Indeed.
Hard to believe what I just witnessed.
Ain't no turning back now, friends. I've done the unthinkable. This kid's meal's all mine.
I'm surprised they even let you order it.
They didn't even bat an eye.
Well, there's an age limit right there on the menu. Guess that's ballsy in its own way.
I'm determined to try everything once. Besides, it looks good, right? Can't just skip it because it's kids only.
You do have a point. Hamburg steak, fries, fried shrimp, chicken fried rice, dessert. Now I want some.
Yep, a meal fit for champions. Now, I may be an old man, but I guess my tastes haven't aged one bit.
Nothing wrong with old school cool on your plate.
I don't know about cool.
Yeah, only thing is, I'd still be hungry afterwards.
Well, it's a kid's portion after all. You gonna order seconds?
No, I wouldn't go that far. What if they ran out or something? Taking food from kids is definitely not cool.
It looks like you're more grown up than I thought.
Nothing's more precious than a little one's smile, am I right?
Doesn't sound that heroic when your cheeks are stuffed with flan. Cleaned my plate.
Thanks very much.
And we're...
Aloha!
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
Whoa, what's going on here? This table's full of tomatoes. Look, tomato brioche, bouillabaisse, even the risotto hasn't been spared.
Now that you mention it, you're right. And isn't tomato jam kind of rare? Never had it before now.
Oh, it's the best! And with cheese? Forget about anything else.
I thought tomato and cheese was exclusive to pizza. But I guess it makes sense they'd match up well elsewhere.
Man, it's also sweet and tangy. Hard to even describe. I'm not even a fan of tomatoes, but this is something else. I could eat this non-stop.
Huh. You look like you'd be a tomato lover, though.
And that means what, exactly?
Hey, I just thought of something. Making jam out of foods you don't like might make them easier to enjoy.
You know, now that you mention it, Namba did tell me he hates dried mackerel. Maybe he'd enjoy it more in a spread or a dip.
What, are we applying demon fusion logic to food now? Cleaned my plate. Thank you. Aloha!
Well, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for? Cleaned my plate. Thank you. Aloha!
Well, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for? Cleaned my plate. Thank you.
Aloha. How's it going? Hello.
Aloha!
Aloha. How's it going? Hello.
Well, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for?
I was wondering what fried calamari was, but I guess it's just squid rings. Oh, so plump and springy. Wonder how long ago this little fella was swimming around in the water.
Good question. Look at us, dining on seafood by the sea. I think I like it here.
Are you okay over there, Adachi-san? You haven't said a word.
It's the calamari. Slather it in mayo sauce and taste bud heaven. Reminds me of my golden years as a mayo lover.
You? A mayo lover? Never knew you liked the stuff. But wait, are you saying you gave it up?
I'm sure he was told to refrain during a checkup or something.
No, I wouldn't talk about it so lightly, Junji. My health isn't a joke.
My apologies.
But yeah, it was during a checkup. The doctor really let me have it.
Oh, so you admit it?
I used to douse anything and everything in mayo. But that shot up my cholesterol levels, so... Yeah, some things you just gotta let go.
Here, try some cocktail sauce. I guarantee it'll taste just as good.
No! I want mayonnaise, damn it. A big, pasty pile of it.
Are you a child?
With an old man's stubbornness to boot.
Shut your traps!
Well, we did come all the way out to Hawaii. Maybe just this once is okay. I'm sure a teeny bit of mayo won't kill you.
You think so? Well, then fuck it. I'm going the whole hog on the stuff.
Make sure you don't relapse, dude. The doctor's gonna rip you one twice as hard if you do.
Right. Yeah. Well, should that happen, would you guys stick up for me?
No.
Nope.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you!
Aloha. Hello. Hello.
I'm on fire.
Aloha!
Aloha. How's it going? Hello. How's it going?
Well, I'm starving.
Time to
What are
eat.
we waiting for? Cleaned my plate.
Thank you!
Hello. Aloha.
Aloha!
Aloha. Hello. How's it going?
Well, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for? Cleaned my plate.
Thank you!
Aloha. How's it going?
I'm starving.
Time to
What are we
eat.
waiting for?
Oh, these sesame balls are to die for. I could eat a whole boatload.
Just be careful, because these tend to be quite hot.
I know. Not a little kid. Oh, the feeling! It burns!
Hey, didn't a man just warn you? You don't have to rush right into... God! Yeah, that's hot!
Now look who's talking. Let me get some of those. Ah! Jeez, got me too.
All right, I've had enough of your silly gags. Can't we just enjoy this in peace? That's the hottest I've ever... How can something even be this hot?
Talk about eating your words!
That is great.
No.
Cleaned my plate.
ありがとうございました
We're in full swing.
いらっしゃいませ
Oh, I'm starving.
What are we waiting for?
This cashew chicken's so good. Really can't get enough.
So we came all the way to Hawaii just to chow down on Chinese food, huh?
Actually, cashew chicken started in the States. I read that in an article online.
Yeah? Do tell.
To sum it up, it was actually Chinese immigrants in America who invented and popularized the dish.
You don't say. I guess every dish has a unique history.
You know, crab omelet on rice is also considered Chinese, but it first popped up in Japan. Cuisine travels far and wide, huh?
Hey, wherever it came from, all I know is, it's tasty. Now, let's pay our respects to these innovative chefs and carry on their legacy by enjoying every last bite.
Nice speech there. Too bad you had to ruin it by stuffing your face like a pig.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't resist. He was just sitting there, calling to me.
Shapeless, that man.
That is great.
Cleaned my plate.
ありがとうございましたいらっしゃいませ
Oh, I'm starving.
Time to eat.
What are we waiting for?
Something about fried rice really takes me back. Actually, I just remembered. It was a cold winter night.
Whoa! Does he normally start monologuing out of nowhere?
Back when I was an officer. I was out with a colleague of mine and we ordered fried rice to share. We were just a couple of rookies at the time with hardly a yen to our names. Can you believe it? The bastard ate all the shrimp. There was barely any to begin with. Well, one thing led to another and then we were trading blows.
So what happened next?
Well, the restaurant banned our dumbasses, that's what.
Can't say that I didn't see that coming.
That's a damn tragedy. Realizing I'd never taste that fluffy, buttery bowl of heaven again. But, as luck would have it, one day I was finally reunited with the dish of my dreams.
The restaurant lifted the ban?
Oh, nah. I ended up making a perfect recreation after stumbling upon this Chinese seasoning I scored from a local supermarket.
Oh.
Well, it was a heartwarming lesson in my life. I realized then that a rose really could grow cracked in some cold, hard concrete.
That make you all warm and fuzzy inside, Tommy?
Right now, the only thing that'd make me warm and fuzzy is never hearing him again.
That is great.
Cleaned my plate.
ありがとうございました。
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm all fired up.
What's the name of that game? Damn notification. Stupid text. None of this is even
Aloha! Well, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for?
Jeez, that's scorching!
Nachos and lamb chops. Who knew they could get this spicy?
Whew, right? But still, there's something about Hawaii that makes it fun to eat hot food and sweat it all out.
You think?
You bet! It's like eating ice cream in front of a fire in the winter. But in this case, we're in a nice, air-conditioned shop eating spicy stuff. Ain't that the shit?
Not sure I'm following. In my opinion, ice cream's way better in the summer.
That might be a cultural difference. In Japan, each season comes with its own habits. Back home, we really do like eating ice cream when it's cold.
You should come visit us in the winter, Tomi! Nothing's better than ice cream under the kotatsu. They're like tables with heated blankets. Heck, I'll buy you the ice cream myself.
Oh, count me in. I've always wanted to try that. Kotatsus and dessert.
What? You haven't tried it either? Oh, then it's a done deal. We'll go to the convenience store, pick out our faves, and warm up while chowing down.
Sounds like good times to me. Count me in.
Same. Can't wait.
That is great.
Done.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much. Aloha!
Well, I'm starving.
Time to eat.
What are we waiting for?
I might have said this before, but there's nothing like red wine and meat.
Agreed. Can't have one without the other.
Yes, this has been quite enjoyable. And now, a light cocktail seems like the ideal finisher.
Well, then let's order something. What should it be?
Interesting.
Whoa, man, this is like 30 proof liquor. What happened to keeping it light?
Oh, is that what we said? My bad.
He's getting us absolutely wasted, part of some weird plan?
You got it all wrong. I was just spacing out.
Leave it to old Jungi. He pounded that down without blinking.
He's sleeping with his eyes open.
That is great.
Done.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much. Aloha!
Well, I'm starving.
Time to
What
eat.
are we waiting for?
That is great.
Done.
Cleaned my plate.
Thank you very much.